Hello wonderful people, welcome back again to Anointed Lady TV. I greet you all according to your time. If it is your first time here, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, I appreciate you for your massive support. Thank you for always coming back to watch our videos, and that's a huge support to this channel. My dear viewers, this is a news channel and we drop news on daily basis, and we also react to any videos that comes our way. Let's watch this video together. Drop your opinion at the comment section, like our videos, and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
As far as association is concerned, regardless of its coloration, implications, and manifestations, is whether indeed it is positive association that is geared towards nation building. Association, advocacy, and agitations within the context of the law must be such arrangement that should naturally translate to nation building, sustenance of the public interest and the interest of justice. So now, with that rider in consideration, the issue is, what does the Boko Haram, for example, the banditry, for example, and the resultant consequential effect of NSAS agitations and the secessionist agitations translates to within the context of legality and nation building. The consequences are manifest, they are open for all to see. When you talk of NSAS, for example, it translated into massive loss of lives and properties. When you talk of association that is rooted in Boko Haram, it translated eventually into disruption of our entire educational system. It equally translated eventually into the insecurity within the food context. It translated as well into massive disruption of peace and order. And that now brings all this agitation, inclusive of the secessionist tendencies that have of recent set into our fabric relating to IFOF, among others. All these associations, they were in tone and in spirit associations that translated into the disruption of our nation building. The limited resources that could have been available for development of our infrastructure, for development of our education, for development of our peaceful coexistence were eventually deployed into security arrangement. And that does not in essence translate to nation building. So within the context of technological component of it, the sophistication, innovation, and creativity employed by these Nigerians in association were sophistications that were deployed in negative sense. Are we saying in essence that as Nigerians, what we are simply good at is negativities as against deploying the God-given resources in terms of development of our nation and nation building? And I think that is where we got it wrong. We cannot embark on agitations. We cannot embark on advocacies that have the eventual effect of causing havoc on our collective peaceful coexistence, on our collective development as a nation, on our collective resolve to develop this nation. So regardless of the perspectives from which you look at it, whatever association we have in place, either by way of Boko Haram or secession, or indeed any other coloration you give to it, that will not translate in value addition to the nation, is indeed negative in essence and application. So the technological component and socio-economic impact of what agitations we are witnessing today as a nation are negative in their entirety. If you talk of technological component association, technological components associated with social media deployment, for example, we are more or less a kind of ingenious, innovative in terms of deploying the social media platforms by way of hate speeches and creating unnecessary disruption in our development as a nation. If you talk of legalities within the context of freedom of expressions, they are being exercised much more in negativities as against an approach that should provide a positive, collective expressions of a nation building. So, when you talk of advocacy, for example, what the Boko Harams are agitating is perhaps disruption of the Western education. Is that a positive agitation, positive advocacy? If you are not interested in Western education, there are people out there that are interested in it. Within the context of freedoms that are guaranteed by our Constitution, are you saying in essence that you are only interested in the freedom of expression and using it negatively against the freedom of others? That is not the way things should naturally operate. So what I'm saying in essence, that whatever organization and association you think of, it is time for us as Nigerians collectively and individually to start at looking at our innovative and creative ideas by way of channeling them towards a nation building and not using them negatively against the development of the nation. We must learn to uphold the spirit of the public interest as against individual interest. So it is about the nation building, and the nation building, in nation building we must learn to deploy our creative and innovative ideas as Nigerians towards using the constitutionally guaranteed rights, freedom of associations, freedom of movement, and associated inherent constitutional rights positively towards a nation building and not deploying the God-given skills and innovations and ingenuities given to us towards the destruction of the fabrics of our nation. So it is about deployment of the social and economic powers toward the nation building and not otherwise.